Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this in the morning. 15 minutes to change our lives. Start off by giving tzedakah. We go tzedakah shmekar ula, and we're gonna dive in today for Naor ben Lavnat. And Hashem should be good, healthy, safe. I should come home. The hostages and everyone should be safe, and the soldiers and the yidden Eretz Yisroel and around the world should have Mashiach already. Okay, today we start Maamer Chav Beis, which we're going to basically bring all together the discussion we've been having. Rav Yossi and the Chachamim. The Rav Yossi, remember again, Rav Yossi saying that we're judged daily, and the Chachamim say it's yearly. And we've been discussing this whole discussion. Okay, page 307. Maamer Chav Beis, Perek Aleph. V'hinei imi Yossi das Rabbanan. Shemizanois of Shel Adam. Even though, according to the rabbis, that our sustenance is said to a person from Rosh Hashanah, but his Bar Elam explained already. When we say Mezainesav, he's saying it's everything. So basically, he's like making sure you understand clearly on Rosh Hashanah till Yom Kippur. All that time is when everything is set for the year. But nevertheless, even according to the Rabbanon, we have to say that there's a judgment every day. And therefore, and that's why we daven every day. Rafa'enu, heal us, Baruch Alinu, bless us, all the things that we need. And even though it says in the Gemara, Amru, Kaman, Metzalinon, Ha'idina. According to who do we daven today? According to which opinion is the Chachamim or Rav Yossi? Aktsire, Umeri'e, Kaman, Rav Yossi. Who do we daven every day for what we need? According to it's Rav Yossi. So what we're saying is, in the Gemara, it comes out that we'll go according to Rav Yossi. That we have daven every day. So, but the point is, like it says in the Tosfos over there, it doesn't mean to say that the Chachamim don't believe you have to daven every day. And that's why the Tosfos asked this question. He's saying, well, what's going on over here? The only difference is the Chachamim is saying that really it's all set from back then. And really, the Tosfos explains that everything is set, but what's happening is you're davening for another aspect of it. You're davening for if someone is sick. Doesn't mean just because someone's sick, that's how it's meant to be. You still meant to daven. And Tosfos is saying that Chachamim more talk about davening in terms of fixing or changing what's happening, whereas because everything's already set. Whereas Rav Yossi is saying, no, you're requesting for what to happen today, what to have. And that's essentially what it is. Now let's understand it in a deeper sense, based on what we've been talking about till now. Even though, according to the rabbis, it said already everything on Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, nevertheless, this is already this is only still on the level of Malchus Atzilus, like we explained before. The Malchus Atzilus, he mufla be'erech. Malchus of Atzilus is very distant from the lower three worlds. Bia. And its feet go down, like it says, and the feet go down to death. Meaning the Malchus Atzilus, what does that mean? The feet go down to death? It means the Malchus, which is in the terms of the spheres, is the lowest level. It goes down to the lower worlds, Bria, Natsir, and Asir. Like it says in Mishlei, she gets up whilst at night, and she gives food to a house. So what does this mean? This is the external aspect of Malchus of Atzilus. Meaning there's an aspect of Malchus of Atzilus as it is connected to Atzilus, and there's an aspect of Malchus of Atzilus, which is connecting itself to the lower world. Which goes down to give life to the lower 3 worlds, Bia, Bria, Tzir, and Asiyah. So now, what does it mean that it goes down to death? So in regards to Atzilus, the lower 3 worlds, Bia, Nikres, Maves, it's called death. Like it says in the Devarim D'chsiv, Re'ein esati levnecha hayoim, es hachayim es hatoiv, es hamavis es hara. Hachayim hatoiv, it says, we say in the Devarim, it says, behold, I give in front of you today the life and the good, the death and the bad. Hachayim hatoiv, the life and the good, mavis hara, death and bad, heim te'are ruchni v'gashmi. These are spiritual and physical. The spiritual is Chaim v'Toiv, and the death is Gashmi. Taruch is Chaim v'Toiv, Agash is Mavis Hara. This is what it means that if you go down to death, the Bria Lagabi Atzilus ain't a Berachal, because Bria and Gatz Atzilus is Bein Arich. It's infinitely different. Meaning to say, this is also very important. When we don't understand Chassidus properly, we get caught up with things and we take them out of context. We're not saying that our world is death. We're saying in comparison to Atzilus, it is death. And like we said before, we talked about all these comparisons. It matters where you look at it. If you look in our world, that's one level looking at it. Then you look at our world in comparison to Atzilus, it's a whole different world. It's like a simple example. It's like a person is in a low level class and they're very smart. So in that class, they feel they're very, very smart. But then when they go to a higher class or a higher grade, and everyone else is way smarter than them, then they feel not as smart. What changes? Nothing. It's not be'etzem anything change. It's the way they're looking at it. That's what he's saying. When you look at our physical world, which is a world feeling of separateness to God, to the utmost, and in comparison to Atzilus, which is a feeling of closest to God, to the utmost. So yeah, so there, in comparison to that we're in a world of Mavis, and that's also a world of Chaim Etev. And also simply, in just simple sense, if we lived on the reality of Atzilus, everything would be clear, it would be straight. Basically, it's like a tzaddik. That's how like a tzaddik lives. It's obvious. There are no questions. There's no doubts. No, what should I be doing? It's all clarity. And that's why people went to the Rebbe. The Rebbe lived on this level. It's straight, it's obvious, and he just sharing with you. Whereas in our world, it's a world full of confusion. That's why it's Mavis and Ram, because it's so difficult and so unclear. And therefore, so therefore, being that our point is that even according to the rabbis that say that everything is already set on Rosh Hashanah and Kippur. So now we're explaining how do they hold that every day we daven for our things. How does that work out? So even though it's already said on Rosh Hashanah and Kippur, it's still Malchus of Atzilus. Being that it's still in that level of Malchus of Atzilus. In order that should come down below into our physical world. He has to come down into this mavis, to these lower worlds. Daily. It's a daily travel, daily trip. And there's a judgment whether the gashes that's already set to the person that's coming to them today, if it's going to be for their benefit, will be able to add in learning, and will add in being in calmness. The kiyam mitzvahs behiddur, be able to fulfill mitzvahs with the hiddur. Like it says, this is my God, and I will glorify Him. And the Rabbi said himself to Shabbos, he is not the fun of the mitzvahs. Hashem made a condition with mitzvahs. So too with tzedakah, having the ability to give generously, with a broad hand, meaning easily. And that's what we're davening for. That everything that's set for us will be able to use for the best. Or or chas v'sholom that it shouldn't happen to us. Hashpa hagashus tiyeh l'ra'asei. The hashpa that's coming down will be negative. Like it says, u'mashalim l'seinoi l'ha'avida. He pays to his enemy to make them lust, to lose. Meaning you're getting, but it's the negative. Misachar haruchni b'olam haba. Or it could be from the reward, and in order to take away the reward from olam haba. Like we find by some sinners. Unfortunately, Asher Hagmul Ba'ad HaToiv She'esim, that all the good that they're getting and they're doing, Mishalmim Lahem B'Toiv Lehem Hazeh. They get a lot in this world. Shmatzlichim B'Banei Chayei. People have this question all the time. How come I see a person that's very frum and doing all the right things in my eyes? We have to say that, but we don't know what's going on in everyone's life. But it looks to us that they're doing all these good things and they struggle. Whereas someone that doesn't look like they're doing the right thing, whatever it is that we make to make ourselves think that we know what's going on, and it seems like they're not deserving of all their good, and they're getting all this good. It's like, I remember I've told this before. I remember years ago, someone told us, basically you have two options in life. You have the Chassidish option, which Baruch Hashem, I think it's changed a lot, but years ago, over 10 years ago, it looked a little different. And basically, there was like two options: either be Chassidish and poor, or like barely not Chassidish and not involved in Torah mitzvahs. Like you do, I'm not saying they're not frei, chas v'shalom, but like not involved and just make a lot of money. And you couldn't do it. It was one or the other. So this is what we're saying. Why? Because we see that the person that's from trying to do all the right things, they look like they struggle. They look very nebachi. Whereas the person that looks all fancy and have all the fancy things, they look like they have all the money, but they don't look like they're doing the right things. So I can't have both. It's one or the other. So it's what he's saying here is very simply, he's like, it could be that they are getting everything they deserve for all the good they're doing. But this, because all the negative they're doing, so they're going to miss out on all the true reward. It's like the story with the Maggid. If I'm not mistaken, it was the Maggid, and they were very poor, and they were struggling, and the wife was complaining, whatever, like it's really bad. So he goes, if you want, I can get you some money, and we'll take care of all the issues. So she's like, oh, yeah, really? Let's go, let's do it. And he comes. I don't know exactly how all the details of the story go, but he came with like a golden like piece of wood, a golden leg. So she's like, oh wow, look at this. This is a massive amount. We're gonna make so much money. We'll live so much better. And so she's like, I'm gonna go sell it and make all this money. And as she was about to leave, she's like, one second. Whoa, where did this come from? So he goes, this was for us in Gan Eden. We have palace, a mansion. Now, of course, it's ruchnius, so whatever that means. So he's like, so I took the leg from the table, from the chair. I think it was the chair. So she's like, whoa. No, it's fine. Take it back. Put it back there. So we don't know what's going on. And the reality is it's very unhealthy to look at other people and make judgments. You don't know what's going on in everyone's life. And just because they look like they're having it all in one area, not necessarily is it true. And the Mitzvah Hashem it is. But we don't know how the cheshbonos work. And we should just be happy what we recognize the brachas that we have and be very thankful and be very happy to see everyone with their brachas. And that's what we should focus on. But what we're saying here is that sometimes you see someone that is we'll say a Russia that's doing something really bad. We all know it's bad, and it's they know it's bad, and they're doing it anyway. And you see the successful. It's like, what's going on? Where's the judgment? Where's God's honesty over here? So it could be very much he's giving them now because later they're going to suffer a lot more because of it. Well, and sometimes it's just set that it's going to be for later. Just we'll do the bracket and we'll stop there. Seemingly in the bracket was saying, seemingly everything was already set. So seemingly should be set. What's going to happen? Come down into this physical world. So therefore, it must come down into this physical world. So everything is already set. How are we going to say that it stays up in the spiritual worlds? This will be understood what we said before. We're going to explain later, sorry. In Parak Beis, the Bechalze Hine Rabbanon Rabbi Yossi Kula Maskimim. But in general, they both agree. Rabbanon Rabbi Yossi, and we'll discuss that more. Mitzvah Hashem in probably 2 days. Anyway, so Mitzvah Hashem, all of us, we should see the brachas in our lives. We should see the brachas in everyone else's lives, and all the chesed that will set to us already in Rosh Hashanah and Kippur should come down in the physical way, in the best way possible for us. And everyone should have an amazing day.